us, stop them! They're stealing our kids! Help us get them!
It's a peaceful protest on Kids for Cash with children and youth.
Help us, stop them! They took my babies away, they sold them for money! I miss my babies, help us! Come on, baby.
Are we taking a bag of masks?
Yes. Deputy brought that.
I got it. We're going to call back and then you meet us at the courthouse.
Brina! On our way walking to the courthouse. So yeah.
March with us! Help us save our kids! Help us stop them
Uh-huh. Gotta protect the kids.
Everyone else go around, please. Go around, don't.
Y'all see me later on do some statistics.
A tall person could not walk with this thing.
Yeah, I was walking with that before. It kept clunking everywhere.
It's just you'd have to bend over to like hold the handle.
Oh,
We're good.
it done dropped out of your hand.
Yeah, I want to hold that right.
You want to say anything?
I want to say that we need to reform CPS. We need to take a look at what they're doing with these kids and follow the money.
Absolutely.
My grandkids are deaf. Their rights were violated. They're all separated. They don't even know each other. And I want them back. They're stealing our kids.
You want to say anything?
Children and youth preyed on me because I was in a domestic violent relationship that I tried numerous times to get out of, and they used my situation, took my kids and punished me for what that man did to me. I don't know that man for 5 years. I don't know where he's at. I did everything. Where's my kids? I did everything for children when you wanted to do, but they stole my kids. And Michelle Burden and Karan Woods are parading around this damn town like those are their kids. And Jaden and Janiyah Hickman are my children. They are mine. Don't let them fool you. They took me out and got them in a new family. I'm their mother, right here. I'm still here. You can't silence me. But that's all. Have a good day. Have a good holiday as well. Thank you.
For jaywalking.
You all right? No crashes. I want to see my
You want to interview?
Yes. Look. I love you,
children's lives matter. This is how much they are getting for every child. Their lives matter. How do you like that for an interview? Good one, Carrie. That's right.
That's the first time I tried anything. I don't care no more. It's been 5 years.
What are the humans gonna do when they take away the you stand here spot?
I don't know.
I don't know which way to walk down the.
Anybody watching, tell me how the sound is. I'm here for the children. Sounds good, like go? All right, all right, all right. Not one of my usual videos, but it is for the kids.
I'm surprised that has not been stolen. That's crazy. Y'all sorry. Y'all just I gotta come back down here tonight. This reputation of this town, you can't leave nothing. Because I couldn't even want to get a reach on my door without it.
Y'all put the pole.
I'm on your way.
Absolutely, I think it's so too. A lot of it is a waste of money. Money they take out of people's checks. Little walk-a-thon.
Courthouse is for, yeah, straight.
It says stop.
Oh, it says go right. I'm going.
Help us stop them!
They're stealing our kids.
They're stealing our
They're
babies
stealing our
and
kids
selling
for
them.
$9,000 a month.
We pray for your grandchildren.
Chrissy, they cannot hear you.
Stop
I want
now.
you to stop.
Give her fucking stingy. That's funny. She can't talk tomorrow.
She can't.
That's funny.
A microphone and to slow down.
Yeah.
You sick of the Emma?
Oh, you okay?
Yep. My finger just slipped. Another fatality.
Nope.
Nope. I'm driving, bitches.
I know, right?
Oh,
You okay, honey?
You okay?
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
you can decide. She's alright.
I had one of those Papa Willie situations. I could take over.
you want an interview? Huh? You want an interview? Huh?
I mean, yeah, I guess I can say something short.
You want some?
Sure, why not? My name's Anjali. I have 6 children actually that they came and took away from me, and really all they had on my paperwork was marijuana. It was just that they were promised to someone, and money was what was important to them. So now I get to miss 6 of my beautiful babies. If I went too far, I would have stopped. Or no. Yeah.
No.
Trying to keep up with everybody so they can catch all more of us together.
Nobody wants to get rid of CPS.
CPS is stealing our children. Stealing all of our babies for the money that they collect every month. CPS is committing crimes that the district attorney is ignoring. Every time a family makes a complaint, it's private. Citizens need to know what CPS is doing here.
Absolutely, Susan.
We demand answers. If we commit crimes, we go to jail. When CPS commits crimes, they get a paycheck. Tell me why I have 6 grandchildren in the system.
Good.
Tell your story. Tell your story. I watched your video about when children and youth were on Market Street in Kingston, and you had 2 caseworkers, and they wouldn't answer any of your questions and tried to hide in family service centers. Tell that story. Tell your story. Right?
Uh-huh.
But you got him to go where, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I cursed him out. Don't come back to my house.
They're stealing our children. We need your help. We need to stop this now.
And you're one lie and one perjury and family.
Anybody got a phone I can use real fast?
Yes, I
I'll make a phone call.
You don't think this will happen to you, but it happens every day.
Every child they take from us, they take from you.
Yeah, I'm right in front of the courthouse. I said I'm in front of the courthouse. I'm on live on my phone, so I had to use somebody's phone just now. Cause I'm live using my. Good. We just getting started.
The civil civilized way.
Yeah, like
We've asked to
just
sit
started
down with
walking.
them, asked to tell them our stories,
All
and
right,
they
I'm right
want
out here.
no parts to it.
All right.
So we have to make ourselves
Thank.
known. We have to let them know that we're not putting up with this anymore.
Thank you. Let me see what it says. You about to do anything? What you about to do?
Take pictures.
Are you about your video for me? It's on live. All you gotta do is hold. That's all you gotta do. You can still take pictures, guys. The microphone will pick up everything. Huh? Yeah, I'm live on mine though.
Oh, all right.
You and your family are one line away from the horror that happens in this county. People can say anything they want to say in family court, and they steal the records so nobody can see what happened. If you have a case in family court, call and ask to get your records are going to be denied because they sit in there and they lie about everything. And the judges believe them because they trust them rather than look at evidence. This could be any one of you. People need to pay attention. I have not seen my grandchildren in person in 4 years. 4 years. Because I stood by the parents. I stood by the parents that did nothing wrong. They went to the ER when the baby was injured. The ER released them. The next day, when the maternal grandmother got involved, maternal grandmother, I'm sorry, it has relatives that work in children and youth, and that did an internship in this DA's office. That's when the bullshit started. Children and youth are no longer in our
Because you can
lives,
face this way,
but she has cut
face this way with the sign.
and it's a year since that comedy's been given. We have court orders for phone calls that don't happen. The judges, no one wants to touch the friggin' case because they all know it's a mess. They pass it on, another judge. Pass it on, another judge. Friggin' bullshit. That's what it is. The trauma that happens to the children that are removed from families that love them and care for them. The trauma.
You're going to look at me the entire time? I'll be referencing this monitor every now and then?
It's lifelong trauma. Look at the kids that come out of our foster care system. What do they end up next? They turn 18, get hooked to sex stuff, and the majority of the foster families throw them out. They have no parents. On the news every day, we hear them talking about the murdered children. My heart breaks for the murdered children. But what about our children? Who's gonna listen to us about our children? I personally am ashamed. I'm a local volunteer at many any of these representatives. Nobody wants to believe it. Eddie Day Pashinsky says he's for the kids. He don't want to believe it either. They all think we're nuts. The only people that believe us are the people that run our local mental health board. They're a wonderful team. They took them in. The parents are model clients. I can post emails and letters that have been written to the judge on behalf of that mental health court about my son and my daughter-in-law. We have another baby. We have that baby. We have that baby. Perfectly safe and healthy in our home. Healthy son. Children and youth are gone. Their rights have not been terminated. They're being kept away by the maternal family. She could say, yes, she could talk to them on the phone. Does she? No. She'd rather inflict more trauma on them. What they say. One lie. One perjury in family court, and you'll be standing here with us and saying, why did I believe you when I was told that you were here? Go look on YouTube for my video. It's over 3 years old. My daughter-in-law suffers from a disease called Ehlers-Danlos. Ehlers-Danlos causes these bruises. When the baby was hurt, it was a bruising. No broken bones, no shaken baby, no everything. I'm not going away. I'm staying here. I'm fighting for my grandchildren, and I'm fighting for your children and your grandchildren because you can be here at any time. I think the sun is starting to light up after that. For those that do evil, for those who are you going to be somebody that doesn't do anything? Or are you going to be somebody that does something? When Shaheen Maki was murdered in our jail, I stood in the side courtyard and I watched everybody get up there and speak. And everybody that got up there to speak were people of color. And I hate color. But I stood up in that crowd and I said it was murder. And I said how corrupt this county is. We thought it was over with Chivarella. It's not over. They're all friends. They all meet behind closed doors before they meet and decide what they're supposed to do. At our last court hearing, which was 3 weeks ago, it was, oh, this is all going to be about us.
That's something that the district attorney has covered. And I've been here numerous times. I always get to sit down with the investigator, but where's the district attorney? Why is it that you can commit these crimes and get away with it and you're not taking any action? But if I, as a citizen, commit one of these crimes, I would be in jail. And that's a problem. And people they're not aware of it, so they don't. It's kind of like one of those hush-hush things. It doesn't come out because they're just oblivious. It's a privatized system, which hurts us. It hurts families. If someone's accusing me of a crime, I should be able to defend myself. However, there's not attorneys. The attorneys that are here, they're mostly all in collaboration with the same system. And it's an old system. And as times change and because of technology change, these entities need to change as well. And I would have been more willing to sit down with them had they not stole my grandchildren illegally right and they've not answered for that yet. And I still plan to come, directly at them with this. My children there's proof that they're abused since they've been in the system, and there's no action being taken against them, but there's action being taken against families for lesser than a crime, which is unconstitutional. It's not right, and I feel like this is the actual pandemic in the country right now, because these numbers, 400,000 kids just last year, that's insane. And of those 400,000, there's maybe about 7,000 that are substantiated to be, actual and factual. That's a problem. There's a whole lot of other kids that you collected money for that have families that are waiting for them to come home. And they're just continuing to catch a paycheck for it. And then the minimal amounts that they give foster homes don't encourage the foster homes to be good to these children. You know, you get $1,500 a month, but you know the children and youth is taking $9,000 a month. There's a problem there. You know, these services that children and youth offer should be to continually keep families together, not rip them apart. And if Joe Biden is focused on anything as a pandemic in this country, I understand coronavirus is killing millions, but this is literally like the livelihood of our country right here. Like, this is something that if you don't look at this is going to come back to bite you in the face. I'm sorry.
All right, so what would you like to have accomplished today?
Put awareness out there. We need more people standing with us. We need more people at these protests. More people doing something actively to advocate for families. If you see them going through the system and they're being just washed over and just step in. If you know more than they can, you can advocate for that family and become a witness that testifies in court.
Anything else you want to add concerning today's protest?
I want to say that I have joined with Luzerne County Predator Catcher Lisa Harris, and together we think that both of our fights are similar in the way that these kids that they're stealing end up on the streets being these hyper vigilant criminals, and they track children, they go after children, they get abused when they're kids, and then they become abusers when they grow up. And this is a problem, and he's exposed so many people over just the past year, and irrefutably there's proof that shows that those criminals and those people that are doing these behaviors come from the system. So.
I want to get a shot of both of you, just talking. And this guy turned around.
I tried to get down here and get behind you. Thank you. Yeah, because the DA, help us. They're stealing our kids. Get the back.
You want to do an interview, man? I was going to go to Times Leader and bring it.
I'm saying he's got some whistleblowing in, so I'm going to let the press know. Any questions? Any questions that may I answer?
So let the people know what you want to get out. Get your word out.
Stephanie Cervantes, the head DA in Wilkes-Barre DA in Luzerne County. She is crooked and corrupt. How is she a public defender on a case of Deshaun Armstrong in 2013 and then switch to DA on the same case? That violates the constitutional right and conflict of interest. Right then and there, she was supposed to leave the bar and be debarred from there, but she was never. Her and Mr. William H. Amesbury is working together in their groups on what's going on. It's just like the Kids for Cash scandal, but it's on another grand scale.
How long has this been going on for?
It's been going on since 2012. I have all my proper paperwork in. I have a lot of evidence to claim the fact of what I'm stating. There's abundance of evidence to claim the fact of what I'm stating. Y'all can go through my public records. I have public July 9th, 2013. That's when I got incarcerated in Luzerne County Correctional Facility. Then I went upstate of SIP. Now, SIP, I'm going to break down the SIP to y'all in a different aspect. SIP stands for State Intermediate Punishment. Now, that violates your constitutional right. If you're incarcerated, no matter what, you're not supposed to be punished. Now, SIP stands for State Intermediate Punishment. They try to switch it and bamboozle people and swindle people that don't have no knowledge of what this means. They try to say it stands for State Intermediate Punishment Program. That's not State Intermediate Program. You're in violation of the constitutional right of the people of America. We will too be. Have a nice day.
Just came home.
You gotta get his thing.
I think I'm about to start talking.
Oh, start talking?
Yeah, I might about to.
I was trying to go across the street, but I don't think I'm gonna get a good angle over there.
It's not gonna pick all that sound up.
All right, figured that.
A lot of people that over the years I have worked with
Thank you! Our children, thank you. Shakura, are you about ready to speak in? Shakura. So you're going to start, and then he's going to do the numbers first, and then you're going to do yours.
It's on.
If the board's louder,
Yeah.
if you're possibly able, somebody keeps calling me, it's probably George. Hello? So now we're at the courthouse.
I really wish my glasses would stop talking. They just get in the business card or text out
She's ready. She's ready, yes. Make sure they can hear you and make sure they understand the numbers up.
Speech. In 2006, approximately 23,000 reports of child reports came in. Out of 23,000, say about 4,400 substantial reports were investigated. I say 50, no, that's approximately 600, perhaps parental relationships.
You want to use the megaphone? It might be louder.
Yeah.
All right. So those are child line reports. So the anonymous phone calls is what you're talking about. Anonymous phone calls, yeah, the child line reports. So those are the ones that you have so many substantiated. It's okay, we can edit that. Start from the child line reports. We'll edit it out.
2003, 2006, approximately 23,000 reports of child abuse were reported to the children and youth. Out of that 23,000, 4,400 substantial reports were pursued.
In other words, 23,000 were called in, only 4,400 were
Yeah.
substantiated.
Only 4,400 was substantiated out of the 23,000. Approximately 600 of perhaps had parental relationships. Approximately 800 first-time offenders. Approximately 200 offenders before. Approximately 2,100 reports of suspected alone from CPS. Employees of county, approximately 200 substantial reports in child care settings. Out of that, they had spent $1.6 billion for this organization. Child line costs, what's that, million? 2.89 million. Clearances is 202,000. Children and youth gets approximately 600,000 a year. Regional offices get about 2 million each year. Female victims, what's that? 656 female victims, 350 male victims. Out of that, children removed out of the home is about 9,000.
I'm Shakora and I have a voice. Would you believe that in 2019, 437,283 American children were removed from their parents? What would you do if you were a parent and your child was taken away and added to this reportable statistic? Family Preservation Foundation.org shares that federal report shows that 9 million plus children have been forcibly separated from their parents in the last 20 years. While there is a mandatory need at times to remove the children out of the homes due to violence or unsafe conditions, we are here to set the record straight that the majority of children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews that are removed from their families are not necessary. There are many allegations and facts that show poverty-stricken families and minority communities are the ones that are deeply affected by the removal of children by Child Protective Services Agency, also known as CPS. Just one anonymous falsified phone call can have CPS knock down a parent's door with their bully scare tactics, ready for the removal of the child. Numerous parents have reported that their constitutional rights were violated when they later learned that they did not have to let CPS agency in their home. They were emotionally harassed and their children were taken out of the home base on a falsified phone call that they used to build their case.
In 2007, 31 children died from abuse. 3 new laws, Act 126, Act 147, 146, and the last Act 179.
need to know their constitutional rights so they can speak up on their own behalf. However, this should be followed up with the advocacy and support agencies such as Crowd Powwow Proud. They assist in any needed intervention. Also, it should be unlawful for a random person to be able to make a phone call that can cause separation of a child from their family, especially when there's a process to obtain certified mandatory reporters. According to the U.S. Constitution, we the people have inalienable rights in which we are entitled to them, and thus recognize us a valuable citizen. Therefore, we have fundamental rights to bring up our children the way we see fit. This is backed by the purpose of the judiciary branch that protects our constitutional rights. Therefore, judges who impose their own views under the cover of the law erode the rule of law and impose the rule of men. Not only is the Constitution unlawful, but we have judges such as Jennifer Rogers and Chester Morowski, who awards CPS provisional rights to obtain these children illegally. CPS has no right to enter a parent's home unless they have a warrant signed by a judge. Yet threatening words are used as warrants to scare the parents into opening their homes. The U.S. Constitution protects us from this. It is our Fourth Amendment right to be free from governmental search and seizures. According to CPSDefense.com, a testimony to Congress shared by Chris Kutja, who is the senior counsel for the Homeschool Legal Defense Association, stated that a caseworker with 30 years experience once confined him in that when I started working, we tried to prove the family was innocent. Now we assume they are guilty until they prove they are not. Assuming someone is guilty, CPS's way of keeping the family in the dark on the charges that were used to bring out about the investigation, which in most times are done illegally. CPS is required by federal and state law to tell the parents details of the accusations against their family at first contact. The case should not just be based on abuse and neglect, but actually explanation of what the complaint was specifically. By coming up with a bullying statistic to scare the parents, CPS gains the forceful and wrongful removal of children, which translates to a monetary figure of their operation. The rapper Sean, Puff Daddy Combs, once sung the song, "It's All About the Benjamins," and that is exactly what leads to unconstitutional, unlawful, and illegal ways of removing children from their home. This is a direct funding boost for the foster care and adoption system. It is quite ironic that the Title 4E of the Social Security Act is the largest federal funding stream for child welfare, actually such as foster care, adoption system, and guardianship assistance programs. The states receive a level reimbursement from the federal government for claims made through these illegal removals. Act 101 is the process of being paid to adopt certain children that meet a criteria such as physical, mental, or emotional disability, genetic condition, member of minority group, member of sibling group, or 5 years or older. It is a parent that is no longer about having a child protection services that truly protect our children and our families. It is now all about the Benjamins and how much of the agency it can get removed.
I'm going to put the statistics out now.
A month, you stole them. You replaced me, you took me away, and you stole my babies and sold them. Okay. Welfare needs help. All over PA needs help. They taking their kids. We ain't do nothing wrong.
Don't let her do it now. I don't like talking. It's, if I don't know it, what's people's calling me?
Yeah. There she
Oh,
is.
I got a text too.
Oh, that's my 3 daughter.
Yeah, on Tuesday. You can look up and I would like to read those stories.
I don't like talking.
I know.
If
I do for myself.
if I don't memorize it, I'd rather
Yeah.
memorize it.
Yeah.
Then I know exactly what I'm saying.
No, she did good though. Both of you.
She did way better. You did way better than me.
She's like doing anything. She's got that.
It's easy catching people. I could talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's easy for me to talk to them.
I told her you caught her sister's landlord.
Yeah.
She posted that she wants to see it.
Where is about to speak?
I don't know where to find it though. After
Go on
did that-
YouTube.
After you did
Just
that,
say iced tea.
it's called iced tea.
Yes. I think it's iced tea.
After you did that, he went inside himself in the hospital.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. I'm here today to be the child that nobody listens to.
So the nasty ones that come around for your age, I get.
So I went on the website and I was able to pull statistics. In 2006, there were 23,854 reports called in on children. Out of those reports, 4,390 were substantiated. With that, 4,143 perps were arrested. 59% of those perps had previous relationships. Isn't anybody paying attention to anything? This is 2006. How many children were taken from their home in 2006? 8,694 kids were removed. Where did they go? What happened to them? How are they now? We don't know. There's nothing that tells you anything about that.
The
But
crime rate tells you.
it does tell you that $1.6 billion was spent in a year for this system to continue. Not one of those dollars go to the kids, go to the families, go provide anything to keep a family together. So let's go to 2007. In 2007, they started reporting 31 kids died in Pennsylvania from abuse. 31. You need to look up Act 126, Act 146, and Act 179 and see how this went against parents even more. How many reports? 23,181. 4,152 substantiated. 10 of them were abused in other foster systems. 3,983 child abuse victims. 64% of them were female, 36 male. And out of those 4,152 substantiated reports, 218 of them happened in a child care setting. Think about that. Think about that. How many kids were removed in 2007? 8,514 kids were taken out of their home. Where did they go? Where are they? Do we know? Where are the parents? They exceeded again $1 billion to keep this system running. Why? It didn't work the previous year. Let's go on to 2008. How many children died in 2008? 46 from abuse. 46 kids. How many did you remove that year? 2008. 8,560 kids removed from their house. 24,000 reports that year. 4,162 substantiated. Are we seeing the pattern yet? How many in a child care setting in 2008? 174. And let everybody know, all of them reported within the system of children and youth. They investigate their own reports. And and the state pays for it. It's all on their website. 2009, how many babies did we lose? 33. Now we have Act 101, Act 119, more rules and regulations to take children out of a home. How many reports? 24,615. We jumped though on the substantiated this year. We only went down to 3,656 substantiated reports. That's 15%. How much money did you spend? Exceeds 1.5 billion again. 51 million in investigations. 4.58 million to run a phone line. That phone line takes 24,000 reports, only 3,656 substantiated. Why are we wasting this money? How many children were removed in 2009 from their home? 7,303. How are 7,303 kids removed when you've only substantiated 3,656 reports? Those numbers do not add up.
Wow.
2010. How many babies did we lose? 34 children died from abuse. Numbers don't change. They're the same. What's going on? How many children removed? 6,965 children removed from their home. How many substantiated reports? 3,408. See how that number's going down? Every year it goes down a little bit more. More phone calls, but less substantiated reports. 24,378 were the total amount of reports dialed into Childline, which costs us, the taxpayers, $4.66 million to run a phone line that collects 24,378 reports and removes 6,965 children from their home. That's 2010. This information broke me. You could look at it, you could read it yourself to 2016. In 2016, they changed it all. Now you don't know how many kids are removed. Now you can't find that information. It's now hidden. But it's all there when you could look for it. This is sick. This has to stop.
Dealing with children.
My voice should have mattered when I was a child, and every child's voice should matter.
Beth, to get back to the title.
Now everything makes sense with my kids. So everything you just said, my kids so-called got adopted out 2017. They kept saying act because of act 151 or something like that.
They're all there, and
they
all
were
the money's there.
File for that and just take them. I never went into court and heard a judge say adoption, and I never saw my kids again.
I want to get that on here.
Yeah, well, just to add to yours, like hers too, I'm going to start. Just because there are cases of child abuse that aren't child abuse.
Yeah, I was one.
Right, we are one.
And
They went
until the funding stops.
Right.
It's all a money wheel.
Right.
Just like the police system.
Right.
The jails went private after 1994. Why do we feed them? We feed them because it's a system and it has to be fed in order to continue to go. So you have to just keep on repeating the cycle, and the cycle has to stop. It has to stop.
So just to add on to some of hers, there are cases of what are called child abuse that are not child abuse. So an example would be our case. So, my son went to the bathroom. In the living room was an 8-month-old, a 19-month-old, a dog, and a cat. He had a cast on his foot, air cast. He heard a thump, heard the baby cry, came out. Nighttime, all the lights are down in the house except the kitchen light over the stove, which typically people do when you're trying to put the kids to bed. Picks up the baby that's crying, gives her her bottle, tries to put it in bed. and she won't go down. So
Thumbs up, share the love, share the love.
The mother comes home from work. They had some nasty text messages. He's autistic. She has some mental health issues. Never a worry in my mind that they would ever hurt their children. Anyway, so she comes home, takes that baby. He makes something to eat. She goes in the bathroom with the baby, turns the lights on, and sees bruises on the baby. Immediately, they go to Geisinger on the hill. They're up at Geisinger on the hill. They do blood work. Blood work is kind of wonky. The doctor kept them there for 5 hours. Released them and said, don't leave on the paperwork, discharge paperwork, the 19-month-old alone with the baby. So thinking that maybe the 19-month-old tried to pick up the baby, whatever, bruising the baby. Now, I said the father's autistic. The mother also has a condition called Ehlers-Danlos. Ehlers-Danlos is a condition that affects your collagen and it affects your joints. So Ehlers-Danlos leads to easy bruising. They, bump themselves on a toy, it's a big black and blue mark, looks like something terrible happened. I myself, and everybody on the phone now can see, I have a condition where I bruise. So all I have to do is hit my knee, hit the silver door, hit the top of the door, hit the desk, and I bruise. So I'm going to my left is worse than all right. Anyway, they discharge him from the hospital, and they don't leave the 19-month-old alone. So then the next day, her mother gets involved. Her mother did an internship here at the DA's office because she has connections. And her mother's boyfriend, fiance, whatever they want to call themselves, his sister-in-law was a big supervisor of children and youth. So the next day, we've got children and youth involved. This is abuse, they tell her. If you didn't do it, he did. So she's trying to protect her babies. So she does what they want her to do. This specialist, that specialist, blah, blah, blah. They sent pictures to Dr. Lawrence, who is Luzerne County's child abuse expert. He claims that it looks like it's abuse. Now, Dr. Lawrence was subpoenaed and court-ordered to appear in court, but guess what? Dr. Lawrence never showed up in court because he is not going to put his reputation on the line because he never saw the children. He can't go by a picture. There's no measuring